Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 2 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 2-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 1 minute from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 1-minute time check, stations.
On the Bobcat Sports Network from Learfield, this is Cat Chat with Matt Logie and Tricia Binford, presented by Montana's Rib and Chop House. Here's the voice of the Bobcats, Keaton Gillogly.
All right, hello, and welcome live to Montana's Rib and Chop House. My name is Keaton Gillogly. We are set and ready to talk about what turned out to be a 5-1 combined weekend for men's and women's basketball. How about that? Not too shabby. All right, we're going to talk to Natalie Picton today. We're also going to talk to Max Agbonkpolo. Those are our player guests. Of course, we will have head coach Tricia Binford join us as well. But first, we say hello to head coach Matt Logie. Coach, how we doing? How we feeling?
Doing good. Hi, everybody. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, it's a busy week. So 3 games, 5 days, 3 cities for you guys, 2 cities for the women, although the women just landed today. So they had their game last night, got back at about 2 o'clock today. So busy, but at least Thursday is off. And that gets to lead us into Cat Grizz, the first edition of the year on Saturday with a doubleheader, the women at 2 and the men at 7 over at Dahlberg. So going to be a lot of fun over there and a big-time game coming up. But, Coach, overall, just 3 games, 5 days, got a couple of wins, got a lineup change in, and a lot going on. Big crowd on Monday as well. Just how you feeling after this busy week?
Yeah, it was a really important stretch for us. You look at your schedule as it lays out every year, and the way it lays out with Cat Grizz creates these 2 windows where you have 3 games in 5 days. We're the only programs in the Big Sky that have that, that challenge. And when you play 2 of those 3 on the road, it's substantial. Quick turnarounds, the travel. And then obviously a really competitive league with a lot of parity. So I was really proud of the way our guys, attacked the opportunity.
Do you like having that, though? I mean, the trade-off, obviously, you're going to have to play the basically average 2 games a week. Do you prefer to have that little extra lead-in time to the Cat Grizz game, even if it means kind of that crunch beforehand?
Yeah, I mean, Cat Grizz deserves to stand alone. I think there's very good reasons, why they've done it, and the doubleheaders for the men and women on the same day are terrific for the state of Montana and our fan base, and we're very privileged to be a part of it.
Yeah, the doubleheader definitely is a big part of it. Makes it a lot of fun, and always cool just having all of the both basketball teams locked, stocked, ready to go, and being able to do it both here and there. All right, well, let's dive into this week that was. Things started at Idaho State, and in that game, it was really a tight game for a long period. Idaho State did kind of open up that lead in the second half, but you guys battled all the way back, from that 14-point deficit to take a lead even. Saw some good minutes from Jed Miller as well, but in the end, Idaho State seemed to just kind of make a few more shots down the stretch.
Yeah, really, it was one of those games where I thought our guys fought back, to take the lead late, and then it, comes down sometimes to the game within the game and these mini games at the end, and in the last 3 minutes of the game we didn't execute like we would have liked, and took some lessons from that into Weber State, which we're able to apply and move forward with. So obviously the result was frustrating because we'd worked so hard to take the lead, and we're right there with an opportunity to take a 4-point lead and extend it, but those are the things that you learn as you go through this process, and hopefully that's one of the reasons why we were able to play well on Saturday and last night.
Yeah, so you lead in out of that, off to the Weber State game, and that was the lineup change, bringing Bryce Seffer into the starting lineup, moving Max Agbonkpolo to the 3. Saw Sam Lekalot getting into the starting lineup as well. Why then? Why now? Why was that the time to make this change?
Well, I think, when you have 6 new guys, you're trying to figure out how to make all those puzzle pieces fit and how to put everybody in the best positions to be successful. And sometimes to get clarity on that, it takes time. And there may be more fluidity to that, as the year goes on, whether it's, due to matchups or opponent strengths, or, just the ebbs and flows of sickness and health. But we felt like there were a lot of different reasons why that could, help improve our team, and with Max on the perimeter defending the 3, you have a lot of length and speed out there. Sam's provided tremendous toughness and rebounding and ball movement at the power forward spot. Bryce Seffer is really good defender at the point of attack, and physical with some guards in our league that are pretty good getting downhill. And Jabe Mullins is somebody that's played a lot of his career off of the ball, catching and shooting and playing off closeouts. And so when you look at it, through all those lenses, it's not that we weren't playing good basketball, with the other puzzle pieces fitting together, but we felt like this was a step that we could take to, improve a little bit more quickly.
Right, and then as you mentioned, it was another new starting lineup on Monday, but this due to an injury to Tyler Patterson, and we're going to talk about that and more in just a second. We'll talk about the streak that was broken on Monday, a record that may never be broken in Bobcat history. We'll tell you about that after this timeout. Head coach Matt Logie rejoins us after this break. You're listening to Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.
The roar of the crowd, the thunder of thousands of fans stomping their feet as the Bobcats take the field. For Mary, her chronic hip pain kept her from the thrill of her favorite pastime. Thanks to the revolutionary orthopedic care from Bozeman's local orthopedic groups and the Bozeman Health Spine and Joint Institute, Mary was back on her feet and back in the game. If chronic spine and joint pain is keeping you from the activities you love, start your journey by visiting bozemanhealth.org/SJI.
With friendly customer service and an outstanding location near Montana State University and the base of the Bridger Mountain Range, Country Inn & Suites by Radisson is the perfect place to begin your Bozeman adventure. Country Inn & Suites offers a hot and delicious Be Our Guest breakfast buffet each morning. Free Wi-Fi is available throughout the property, and we have a business center and meeting rooms. Our indoor pool and hot tub is a great way to relax after a day of fun, and the on-site fitness center will keep your workout goals on track. We have spacious king and double queen suites with a full-size sleeper sofa available, and every room in Country Inn & Suites is smoke-free. Reserve your room today.
The Ribbon Chop House was founded in 2001. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our high-level commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. At the Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you.
Northern States Fishing Tools, a proud sponsor of the Montana State Bobcats, has been serving the eastern Montana and western North Dakota oil fields since 1978. We are here to provide you with the best tools and services, all at competitive prices. Northern States Fishing Tools services the Williston Basin with fishing and rental tools, along with downhole tools that include packers, plugs, and through tubing equipment. We have the expert knowledge to give you satisfying results based on your specific needs. Go Bobcats!
You are a Bobcat fan, and your seat matters. Section 108, right in the middle. And a perfect view of the fast break, alley-oop, and slam dunk. At Kendall Ford of Bozeman, we're a proud supporter of Montana State Athletics. We're big fans of teamwork, dedication, and helping customers find the best deal on the perfect vehicle to fit their needs. Where you sit matters, as in the driver's seat. Get started at KendallFordBozeman.com. Kendall, let's start something great.
The Northern Pulse Growers Association encourages industry professionals and growers of dry peas, chickpeas, lentils, and fava beans to become members in 2024. Members gain access to cutting-edge research, expert training, market insights, and connect with a Pulse-passionate community. Visit northernpulse.com to join the Northern Pulse Growers Association. Together, we're sowing the seeds of success.
Universal Athletic has been a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Check out their great selection of Bobcat apparel and accessories for all your game day needs. Shop in store at their North 7th Avenue location or online at shop.msubobcats.com for everything you need to cheer on your Bobcats. Universal Athletic, a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Go Cats!
We are back live at Montana's Ribbon Chop House for Cat Chat. My name is Keaton Gillogly alongside head coach Matt Logie. We're talking about the week that was for both men's and women's basketball. We're talking about men's basketball right now. Max Agbonkpolo will join us in just a bit. But first, want to tell you about one of the great streaks and one of the great records that probably won't be broken in program history. Tyler Patterson unfortunately got hurt at that Weber State game, a shoulder injury with his off shoulder, but not starting, not playing on Monday. First time in his career ever that he has not played in a game at Montana State. That was a 147 games played streak that ended on Monday night. Just an insane streak for Tyler Patterson. Unfortunate with the shoulder injury. Doesn't sound too serious. Shouldn't be extended time, but either way, I mean, that's one of the all-time great streaks.
No doubt. You know, I think now that it's finally over and the elephant in the room is known, we can start, referring to him as Cal Ripken again. So.
Yeah, no doubt. But hopefully he's not out for too long, and he can kind of get back in there. And it did cause another change into the starting rotation. Brian Garacki got in there in this last game against Eastern Washington, played 20 minutes. But overall, I mean, just kind of changing up the starting lineup, moving some different stuff around. Did you feel like you had kind of a different opportunity to get into some of your rotations with some of these lineup changes?
Well, I mean, I think if you go back to the beginning of the journey with this group, one of the questions we got asked all the time, even with our staff, was like, well, who's going to start? And to me, it's the least important question in sports. We felt like we have a lot of guys that are capable of starting, and it's just a matter of how you mix the lineups together to maximize output, and then how you do that over the course of 40 minutes, and then what is sustainable against different styles of play. So, it's plug and play, next man up, and we got a lot of confidence in a lot of different guys.
How many different rotations and just different types of guys have you had on the floor? I mean, just different combinations. How many different combinations do you think you've run out there this year?
That's a good question. I mean, I think for a large part of non-conference play, we were playing 11 guys a night, at least giving everybody an opportunity here or there. And I think some of the value in that, is about to be seen here as you hit kind of the home stretch of January and February, and you keep some of the tire treads strong, so to speak. Last year I thought with some of the injuries we had early in the year, we saw the effects of that in, the end of January and February. Brian Gracke in particular kind of hit a wall there with the heavy minutes that he was playing. Tyler Patterson was playing 35 minutes a night, and that's really hard to sustain over the course of an entire season. It's also hard to sustain in these little pockets where you have 3 games in 5 days. So we feel like we're equipped for the marathon, and hopefully that plays out.
Yeah, and as it relates to the marathon and just seeing the depth and guys continuing to step up, one of the guys who had a great week was Jed Miller. What a performance he had last night on Monday night. Had a great game against Weber State, the 20-point performance. I think one of the coolest things after that game, as he was getting ready to do his TV interview, was just how excited the rest of the team was for him and really celebrating what Jed did. 12 for 12 from the free throw line, locking it down against Weber. But cool to see teammates celebrating teammates like that.
Well, it speaks to the person that Jed is. He's as selfless as they come. He epitomizes the attitude of our program. He's done everything since I've been here, from being on the scout team to closing down games at the free throw line in the Big Sky tournament, and everything in between. And now he's starting to take the next step in his own development, where his minutes have increased, his volume and production has come along with it, and he's just a great kid to coach. You really root for guys like that. All he cares about is winning and trying to help his teammates be successful.
And look, in some ways, kind of a throwback. He's a guy who's been here 3 years. He's a true third-year junior. He's been here through the coaching change. He's been here through the did not plays, and now he kind of continues to evolve. And even though we're in the era of the transfer portal and we've got a lot of changeover at times, especially with the women's team, which we'll talk about a little bit later, you still see these types of stories, and those ones I think are really rewarding for the fan base to see a kid come out of high school and develop into a man on the floor.
Well, that's one of the great joys in coaching. You see somebody with potential. You get a chance to work with them and develop them, and they go through the adversities and the growth process, and then when they break through and ring the bell, it's really enjoyable to watch. And I'm really happy for our fan base that they're able to see guys like him and Tyler and Sam Leckalot and Patrick McMahon that have been really loyal to this program and to this university and to this community, because that's still, at the end of the day, a beautiful part of college athletics.
Yeah, and then it's also cool to see those guys men with some of the newcomers. One of those newcomers is Max Agbonkpolo. We're going to talk to him in just a second, but first, a quick look ahead presented by Vance Thompson Vision. Obviously, it's the Grizzlies coming up on Saturday. They have been very good this year. They're coming off another win against Idaho. They got a lot of different pieces this year. Give us a couple of top-line items to keep an eye out for in this game against Montana.
Yeah, Montana has kind of a three-headed monster in the backcourt with Brandon Whitney, who feels like he's been there a decade, at the point, and then Money Williams and Malik Moore are two guys that can really break you down off the bounce and score off the dribble. They always are a tough-minded defensive team, and Coach Shakir does a great job having them ready to go on a night-in, night-out basis. So it'll be great opportunity for us to go into a hostile environment and really lean into one of the most fun rivalries in college sports to be a part of.
No doubt, over 300 matchups between these two teams, and on Saturday it will be the 309th meeting between Montana State and Montana in men's basketball on Saturday. All right, Coach, appreciate the time and the insight. We'll talk again soon.
Sounds good. Go Cats.
All right, that's head coach Matt Logie. Max Agbonkpolo is joining us after this timeout. You're listening to Cat Chat presented by Learfield.
Town & Country Foods is a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics. As a locally owned company, we believe the benefit of buying local helps support the local economies in southwest Montana. Our stores offer great selections of items you need every day, including organics, specialty foods, fresh meats and produce, along with incredible selections from our bakery and deli departments. Town & Country Foods is 100% employee-owned and serves southwest Montana with 8 locations. Visit your local Town & Country Foods today. Go Cats!
If you're in need of structural engineering for your residential, commercial, or wireless telecommunications project, Ascent Engineering provides comprehensive solutions for your project's success. Ascent Engineering is now serving the Big Sky Country in southwestern Montana. Whether it's a new residential home, new commercial building, long-awaited remodel, covered outdoor living space, retaining wall, or telecommunications tower, Ascent Engineering is your expert at providing forensics, assessments, or designs. Ascent Engineering is a proud supporter of your Montana State Bobcats.
Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps, trade show booths and graphics, promotional products, and much more. If you can think it, we can ink it. We are a proud supporter and corporate sponsor of the MSU Bobcats. Like us on Facebook to see some of our cat wraps. Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. and call us at 406-922-6462 or visit us on the web at inkoutside.com.
The Bobcats are proud to present these preferred local partners as members of Bobcat Built. Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems. Bryant, whatever it takes. Carrier Heating and Air Conditioning. Carrier, turn to the experts. Ace Roofing, building Montana strong, one roof at a time. Rivers Landscaping, crafting superior outdoor spaces. And NW Construction, proud to call Bozeman home. Montana State Athletics encourages our fans to choose these local businesses. They are proud local sponsors and demonstrate what it means to be a Bobcat. We are Bobcat Built.
It's the season of home improvement, and Williams Plumbing will help you tackle the big stuff. Are old roots clogging your sewer line? Williams has the tools to fix it. Have you checked your septic system lately? We have the knowledge and experience to maintain or repair it. Looking to install a yard hydrant? We'll do it promptly and professionally. Don't sweat the big stuff. Call Williams Plumbing today.
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land-grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
We are back live at Montana's Ribbon Chop House talking some Bobcat basketball. We also have some great player cards that you can get signed if you like, and those are produced by Executive Services. For over 38 years, Executive Services has been printing and mailing experts in the Gallatin Valley, a local family-owned business supporting Bobcat athletics, printing and mailing done right. Find them online at printmailrelax.com. That's printmailrelax.com. All right, I'm Keaton Gillogly, joined now by one of the newcomers, Max Agbonkpolo. Max, how we doing, man?
I'm doing good. Good to be here.
Good. I'll have you move that mic just a little closer to your mouth there, too.
Okay.
There we go. Perfect, man. So a little bit of an off day today?
Yeah, good off day. I had nothing to do, so.
Yeah, what'd you do with the off day? Just kind of kick it?
Just kick it, Really played the game all day. Took a nap before this, and then now I'm here.
Yeah, that's a good way to do it. Hanging out with other teammates, friends, and.
Oh no, I just had some phone call my parents today, talked to them about the game, and then just with friends through the game. That's really it.
Yeah, you playing video games or something?
Yeah, video games.
What's your go-to?
Right now, play a lot of Madden.
Okay.
Play a lot of Madden, like football. I don't really like to watch football. Was sad the Ravens lost, though, but love the game.
So you a Ravens fan or just like a Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry fan?
Lamar Jackson fan, and then they're going to hate this. Then Patrick Mahomes now. So
okay.
I'm ready for KC to win.
That's fine. Hey, there's some Kansas City fans who are running around here. It's a very free agent pro sports fan base out here.
Good.
So yeah, you're good. You can't really step on a landmine with that.
Yeah, good.
All right, cool. And you play the games, or you do more like a franchise type of situation?
Franchise.
Yeah.
That's funny that you said that. Yeah. So I play with everyone picks a team, and then you just go through a whole league, do week week 1 through week 15, division, wild card, Super Bowl. So actually, like 2 weeks ago, actually a month ago, I won the franchise, got the Super Bowl. So that was pretty exciting.
Nice,
cool.
yeah, because you're basically playing like for people who aren't video gamers, it's like you're basically playing like general manager owner.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. But you play as the team, and then you just. Yep.
I like it. That's a good way to do it. Step away from
fun.
basketball and get into the virtual version of it all.
For sure. Just a great relaxer. So good.
I like it. Cool. Well, let's get into your story a little bit. So you're from Southern California, correct?
Yep.
And you were a pretty highly touted recruit, right?
A little bit.
Yeah. What was that like? I mean, when you're just kind of a young high school kid and you're starting to get some of that attention, like what's that like being a highly touted recruit in a big metro area?
It's exciting, also hard. A lot of coaches just tell you what you want to hear a lot of the time. So, that process is kind of hard. But for the most part, it's what every kid wants. Damn near every school wanted me. So it was a hard decision, but it turned out to be pretty easy. Just staying home, hour away from home. We were like top 5 recruiting class at the time, and we had a great first year. Besides COVID, I think we had a deep run in the tournament. Yep. And then the second year, you guys saw, we went to the Elite 8. And then third year, we lost first round. But we were ranked like top 5 early in the year. We were like one of the top 2 teams still undefeated. And then, that's about it. But getting recruited was, it was fun and hard at the same time. But
who did you rely on? I mean, where were you drawing advice, and how did you kind of navigate that? It's hard when you're a kid, man.
That was the hard part. My parents were like soccer people, so they didn't really know much about basketball. They didn't, so they were just like me. So, coaches would say what we wanted to hear, and we believed it. So it was really kind of just me. I had some trainers at the time, but, coaches talk to trainers too, and bend them for me to go one way. So it was hard for me, for not having anyone really experience it with me. It was hard to choose that decision, but I thought I made the right decision with USC, and I still feel I made a good decision. But it was hard making a decision for sure.
So you go to USC, you're there for 3 years, and then you decide to get into the transfer portal. How did your priorities change when you did get to kind of re-go through some of that recruitment leaving USC?
It was now with NIL, it was it was with, do I want to sacrifice, just want to go to a school with take not take a lot of NIL money and just play it out, or go somewhere you're gonna get paid a lot of NIL and you really don't know what's gonna happen, where it's like a lot of just 5 stars and stuff. So I took it, and I didn't take a lot of money from Wyoming, and I went there, and I took my buddy Ethan, and then my high school teammate that was at UCLA with Jake Kyman, who actually was at Eastern Washington last year.
Yep.
And we went, and just didn't turn out the way we wanted. Of course, we ended up leaving halfway through season. Me and the other 2 transfers, and it was just a hard situation. It was just difficult. I don't really want to go too far into it, but it got real rough for us. So we just had to leave for just our mental. I mean, it was like one of the worst I've been in my life. And then the team ended up leaving at the end of the season. Most of the team, like 1 player stayed. And I'm still really close with all those guys. Graham Ike, that's at Gonzaga now, still close to them. When we played TCU, Noah Reynolds and Brendan, real close with them. Was able to see them when I was out there. And then, still close with all of them. And then still Ethan and Jake, they talk to me every day and stuff. Really close with Ethan. And, Wyoming was just rough. But, it was something I had to go through.
Right. Well, and then it led you over to a situation where some people here are kind of familiar with, over at Utah State with Danny Sprinkle, Grant Osabor, and Darius Brown. What was that experience with those guys like?
I mean, they know how to win. That's what I know. But, man, great Darius and Sprinkle. I mean, the way they attack the game, the way they're, the way I've seen Great and Sprinkle, Sprink get on great, and Great respond perfectly. And, I mean, we saw Player of the Year, what he's doing now at Washington, and now Darius, man, he's by far the best point guard I've ever played with.
Really?
Not even close. The way he would rather pass it than shoot it.
Oh, yeah.
You don't see that a lot in college. You really don't, where a point guard would rather pass the ball than shoot it. And then I've always told him the whole year, like, he's always got to keep playing. He always got to keep, because I think he'll be an NBA player for sure. I know he's in the G League right now, but
he put up some numbers the other night.
Yes,
Like 28 points.
5 threes,
yeah.
and 9 assists.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he was doing that all year last year, and he's going to show the world. But, yeah. And then Sprinkle, I mean, he just great coach. I mean, he changed my life, you know what I mean, gave me a second chance, and sadly I broke my foot, but, still gave me the opportunity to play and get some film, and then, Logie picked me up, and then I'm so thankful for Logie. Logie is changing my life still. Obviously, the season isn't going quite as we planned yet, but he's changed my life for sure. But yeah.
But hey, you got to win on Monday. That's all you can do. That's 2
all
in a
you
row
can
now.
do. Now 3, now 4, now 5. Just, we do it again.
Journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step, and we've seen a couple of steps now this week. Leaving Utah State, coming here to Montana State, how much did maybe Sprinkle or Brown or some of those former Bobcats inform some of your decision?
Sprinkle definitely gave me a text, gave me a call. He knew. Really, it was up to here or the Grizzlies. So I was really, really close to going to the Grizzlies, and then Juice actually, who went to Irvine, reached out.
Julia Smith, yep.
Julia Smith, and then I got a hold of Logie, and then I just talking to Logie, everything clicked. Nothing. There was no red flags. So it was almost, and they won. They beat Montana. So I was really sold from there. But Spring helped for sure. Great, and Darius they still watch every game. Like they love this place. This place treated them well. So he still, even when I was at Utah State, he was watching every Montana State game. He was watching so much I had to watch. Because I lived with him. I lived with him and Darius.
Okay.
And so I'm very close with them, and yeah.
Yeah, that's cool that they're so locked in, and then making it over here. And for you too, I mean, again, back to the kind of priorities decision. You've grown up as a man. You've been in college now 6 years. I mean, what were you looking for that final year of opportunity to close out your collegiate career?
Really just a coach, another coach I can trust, like Sprinkle. I mean, and that is Logie. I mean, he just his playing style too, amazing. Everyone is involved, and that's what I really appreciate about Logie's playing style. And his same thing. I mean, I tell him all the time he's the best coach I've ever played for. So it was an easy pick. Like I still have no regrets, even though the season isn't going what we planned, of course, yet. But he's just easy to play for. He knows when to get on you, when to not get on you. You can miss 5 shots in a row, but he knows that, you're supposed. He knows I know I'm supposed to make it, but he's not going to yell at me at that. But if he asks me to do something, I messed it up 4 times. He should yell at me, that 4th time. I'm not doing it. But I think he's so good at that, and knowing his players, personnel, the way to talk to them, he'll talk to one player differently how he talks to someone. I think that's big. In my past, a lot of coaches don't know how to do that. So, coaches in my past, I won't say who individually, but they'll just yell at anyone. But some people need to be yelled at, and some people you can't just yell at because their confidence will just go right away. And he does a great job, even that out and knowing who to do that to. And I think that's something a lot of coaches should take notes on.
Yeah. Hey, man, you've been around. You played with a lot of different coaches, and that's something that you can really learn with.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're here, and obviously a lot of great goals for this season are still very much in front and within grasp of this Bobcat team. But for you personally, after this year is up, have you thought about what your goals are and what kind of direction you want to get into?
I'm going to keep playing basketball, of course, but as far as what avenue I'm going to take first, I'm just trying to finish season first.
Totally.
And then, just trying to do my best in season, and then I'll attack that. Just do one thing at a time.
Hey, stay in the moment. We've had a lot of great moments left.
Exactly.
All right. Well, that's fun to hear, man. Awesome. Thank you for sharing some of your story and how you got here. And I know everybody here is excited to see you out there and continuing to dominate when you can.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right. That's Max Agbonkpolo. We're going to step aside. When we come back, we'll talk about your 7-0 women's basketball team. This is Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.
The roar of the crowd, the thunder of thousands of fans stomping their feet as the Bobcats take the field. For Mary, her chronic hip pain kept her from the thrill of her favorite pastime. Thanks to the revolutionary orthopedic care from Bozeman's local orthopedic groups and the Bozeman Health Spine and Joint Institute, Mary was back on her feet and back in the game. If chronic spine and joint pain is keeping you from the activities you love, start your journey by visiting bozemanhealth.org/SJI.
Northern States Fishing Tools, a proud sponsor of the Montana State Bobcats, has been serving the eastern Montana and western North Dakota oil fields since 1978. We are here to provide you with the best tools and services, all at competitive prices. Northern States Fishing Tools services the Williston Basin with fishing and rental tools, along with downhole tools that include packers, plugs, and through tubing equipment. We have the expert knowledge to give you satisfying results based on your specific needs. Go Bobcats!
You are a Bobcat fan, and your seat matters. Section 108, right in the middle. And a perfect view of the fast break, alley-oop, and slam dunk. At Kendall Ford of Bozeman, we're a proud supporter of Montana State Athletics. We're big fans of teamwork, dedication, and helping customers find the best deal on the perfect vehicle to fit their needs. Where you sit matters, as in the driver's seat. Get started at KendallFordBozeman.com. Kendall, let's start something great.
With friendly customer service and an outstanding location near Montana State University and the base of the Bridger Mountain Range, Country Inn & Suites by Radisson is the perfect place to begin your Bozeman adventure. Country Inn & Suites offers a hot and delicious Be Our Guest breakfast buffet each morning. Free Wi-Fi is available throughout the property, and we have a business center and meeting rooms. Our indoor pool and hot tub is a great way to relax after a day of fun, and the on-site fitness center will keep your workout goals on track. We have spacious king and double queen suites with a full-size sleeper sofa available, and every room in Country Inn & Suites is smoke-free. Reserve your room today.
The Ribbon Chop House was founded in 2001. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our high-level commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. At the Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Pump it up!
Town of Pump is excited to once again sponsor the Brawl of the Wild Rivalry Series between Montana State and the University of Montana. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions throughout the year at your local Town Pump.
Right down the road. Pump it up! Oh, yeah.
All right, before we talk to Natalie Picton on Cat Chat, let's pause 10 seconds for our network station identification. This is Cat Chat.
AM 1450, KMMS, and K236CY Bozeman, 1340 KPRK Livingston, where Montana talks.
We are back live at Montana's Ribbon Chop House. At Montana's Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you. My name is Keaton Gillogly, and now we change our focus, and we're going to talk some women's basketball, and we're joined now by Natalie Picton. Natalie, how we doing?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, thanks for coming on and spending a little time with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
How was the travel today? What time did you guys get back?
Oh, we got back at around 3-ish.
Okay.
So not that long ago, but
yeah,
it's been good.
Yeah. Nice way to spend the off day on a plane.
Oh, totally.
What's your go-to on travel stuff? I know we can have some longer travel days. Are you a movie watcher, book reader?
I used to be a movie watcher, but Philip actually got me into reading books.
Okay.
So I've been reading a bunch of books lately.
Cool. What have you most recently read?
What have I read? I'm reading A Good Girl's Way into Murder, something like that. It's like a mysterious book.
So it's like a good girl who's like a murderer in the background, like a serial killer?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't finished it, but that's actually a good thing.
I mean, I didn't read it. I promise that's not a spoiler. That was just a pure guess. I promise.
Yeah, that'd be funny if that happened, though.
Here, I'll move the mic up a little bit there, too. There you go. You got it. All right, so you're a reader on the road. Mm-hmm. We're through these 3 games in 5 days. How'd the body hold up through the last couple of days?
Oh, yeah. I feel it now.
Yep.
But gotta get the treatment in and then feeling better. A lot of us do the ice baths, so That's my cure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you do the ice bath in the mornings after practice, or like what's the routine for that?
Usually after practice or after regen and workout, we go hot bath, cold bath, hot bath, cold bath.
All right.
Yeah.
I like it. That kind of flushes everything out.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, good. It's a long season, so it's good to get some of that out.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
Yeah.
And you're coming off a great weekend, especially those 2 games at home. First of all, how about the crowds at home?
Oh, amazing.
Yes.
It's the best crowd in the Big Sky.
No doubt. I completely agree.
Yeah.
And we saw even more of that for men's, too. I mean, it's and women's.
Yeah, for sure. I love the support.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
But how was it from your perspective? I don't know. What were some of the highlights? Obviously, the career high against Idaho State. You guys are turning people over, 30 a game. But I don't know. What were some of your personal highlights from this weekend?
Personally, I would say my defense is what gets my offense going. So if I'm having a good defensive game, I feel like my offense kind of flows and I slow down and my pace and everything like that. But I would just say my main highlight would be my defense.
Yeah.
And then finding my players.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
The buckets.
Good. Well, one of the big buckets was that, I think it was the Dylan Phillip pass when you guys, you were kind of down court. Look, your eyes are lighting up thinking about it.
Yeah, that was awesome. I love playing with Dilly.
Yeah.
She's always ready to shoot it. So I always know when I pass it, she's going to launch it and it's going to go in. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
Must be nice for you, who had to take on such a big role last year, to have a little help now.
Oh, yes. I love it. With Esme, I love it because I'm learning from her so much from practice. And then when I come off in games and after games, we're always talking about basketball and just like what she sees, what I see that maybe she doesn't see. So I just love it.
Yeah.
It's awesome. And having Dilly back too has really, really helped us. She's been awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So about Esmeralda Morales, so she transfers in from Portland State. Now, Coach Ben told us a story last week that she came to you and asked your opinion on that. What do you remember about that?
I just remember Esme coming for her visit, and I went up to Ben and I was like, I want to be a part of it. I want to make sure that we get her here because I think that she could really help us in the long run, and it's been really helping us. It's been helping me for sure, learning the game from a different perspective, and I really like that. And yeah, just having her here has just made everything better. Her being a senior and her leadership is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty impressive for somebody to come in as a senior, having just 1 year to find themselves in a leadership role. Sometimes it can feel like you're stepping on toes.
Oh, yeah.
How did she incorporate herself? How did she kind of solidify herself as one of the team leaders?
Yeah, well, we're a very close-knit group on the court and off the court. Like, we love to hang out with each other off the court. Like, they're our go-tos. So just learning her personality and learning how she reacts to, like, different things and how she is on the court compared to off the court has really just been awesome to see. And then just her being a senior and being there, she's always uplifting. She's always clapping for us. Even if she's having an off game, you always know that she's going to be there for you, clapping for you, cheering for you. And then when she's on, it's just awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I've never seen anybody play like her before. It's awesome to watch.
Yeah, well, is there like a particular shot or a particular pass or something that she does that you're like, wow, I would love to be able to do something like that?
Yeah, her no-look pass.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. It gets me in practice all the time. Like, I always think I'm ready for that ball, and then it's in the key. So that's something I would love to learn. But I've been talking to her about how she comes off screens, what she looks at, what she sees. So just having that person to talk to about things when I'm not really sure is great. Yeah. Other than talking to Ben, it's just a different kind of like player to player and then player to coach.
Right. Yeah. And it's just, and for Coach Ben, she's been here, and for Morales, she's been around, and it was at Portland State, so she's just going to have a different background. And I'm sure from Morales' perspective too, just having not having to carry as much of the load. I mean, the depth you guys have right now.
Oh, yeah.
So does that allow you to kind of go a little bit harder on some of the defensive sets?
Yeah. So every time I go in, I'm like, I'm going to go 100%, and then when I need a sub, I'm going to get subbed out and take a break. And then go back and give it 100%, and then come back out. Like, we have a full bench, and it's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, a little different than having to play 35, 38 minutes.
Oh, my gosh, yes. Well, I know that, like, when I have a shot, I'm like, okay, my legs are good. Like, they're not tired. Like, I got a break, so I'm just going to shoot it.
Yeah, and it shows. You guys hung 94 points against Idaho State on Thursday.
That was
and
awesome.
putting up some points at home. And got to see you guys kind of win in a little bit of a different way at Eastern Washington as well. But kind of getting ready now, heading into Cat Grizz, going over to Dahlberg. We talked last year before you guys went over there. And, I kind of asked you, what are the seniors telling you? Well, now the freshmen are asking you. What are the freshmen asking you, and what are you telling them going into a big environment this weekend?
Yeah, well, we've been telling the freshmen, it's an amazing atmosphere, and it's going to be one of the top tier. We have to be locked down on our communication and make sure that we're always communicating and making sure we're passing the message out there. And just for practice, being locked in and making sure that we're always paying attention. But just to have fun. It's a game. You're supposed to have fun, and you make a mistake, whatever, move on. And then just play your game.
Yeah.
Go to your strengths. Do you. That's really it. And all the freshmen are awesome. They're ready to go. They're always very light and bright and just giving 100%.
Right, especially Taylor Chiric. What another great performance all throughout the weekend. Program record, 11 steals.
It's amazing.
On Monday.
I know.
That is wild. How does she do it?
Oh, man. She's just everywhere. I don't even know. I think I'm going for the ball, but she's already got it. I love it, though, because I just know, when I say, okay, come here, we're going to trap right here, she's there. And she just does it, and she just works her butt off, and I love it.
Yeah.
It just is awesome when people like defense and playing defense, because that's what I like to do. So it's fun when other people do it with me.
It's almost like they've been recruiting defenders.
Oh, yeah. Our whole team.
Yeah, well, it's been a lot of fun to watch that. Fun to watch you coming off the bench in that new role and
thank you.
Getting after it. And what a weekend it was, and I'm sure it's going to be another great weekend coming up.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. Natalie Picton, well, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to step aside, and when we come back, we'll be joined by head coach Tricia Binford. This is Cat Chat presented by Learfield.
Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps, trade show booths and graphics, promotional products, and much more. If you can think it, we can ink it. We are a proud supporter and corporate sponsor of the MSU Bobcats. Like us on Facebook to see some of our cat wraps. Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. and call us at 406-922-6462 or visit us on the web at inkoutside.com.
It's the season of home improvement, and Williams Plumbing will help you tackle the big stuff. Are old roots clogging your sewer line? Williams has the tools to fix it. Have you checked your septic system lately? We have the knowledge and experience to maintain or repair it. Looking to install a yard hydrant? We'll do it promptly and professionally. Don't sweat the big stuff. Call Williams Plumbing today.
Town & Country Foods is a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics. As a locally owned company, we believe the benefit of buying local helps support the local economies in southwest Montana. Our stores offer great selections of items you need every day, including organics, specialty foods, fresh meats and produce, along with incredible selections from our bakery and deli departments. Town & Country Foods is 100% employee-owned and serves southwest Montana with 8 locations. Visit your local Town & Country Foods today. Go Cats!
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land-grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
If you're in need of structural engineering for your residential, commercial, or wireless telecommunications project, Ascent Engineering provides comprehensive solutions for your project's success. Ascent Engineering is now serving the Big Sky Country in southwestern Montana. Whether it's a new residential home, new commercial building, long-awaited remodel, covered outdoor living space, retaining wall, or telecommunications tower, Ascent Engineering is your expert at providing forensics, assessments, or designs. Ascent Engineering is a proud supporter of your Montana State Bobcats.
The Bobcats are proud to present these preferred local partners as members of Bobcat Built, Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems, Bryant, whatever it takes, Carrier Heating and Air Conditioning, Carrier, turn to the experts, Ace Roofing, building Montana strong, one roof at a time, Rivers Landscaping, crafting superior outdoor spaces, and NW Construction, proud to call Bozeman home. Montana State Athletics encourages our fans to choose these local businesses. They are proud local sponsors and demonstrate what it means to be a Bobcat. We are Bobcat Built.
We are back one final time at Montana's Ribbon Shop House for Cat Chat. My name is Keaton Gillogly, and we are now joined by head coach Tricia Binford, the head ma'am of the 17-2 Bobcats, 7-0 in Big Sky play. Yes. Coach, you having fun?
I was until last night. When you said that, I'm like, we didn't make it easy last night, but yes, we are having a blast. This team is a lot of fun, and every day is different. But if you watch them in practice, there's something special going on with this group.
Yeah. What about him? What about this group is so special right now?
They're selfless. We've had a lot of talented teams, and we knew our biggest challenge this year would be, with so much talent, how we're going to maximize everybody, keep everybody heading in the same direction. And we're in the middle of the season, and they're certainly doing that. And I've never seen a team celebrate each other as well as they have. So we just need to keep being ready and being champion in our roles, and it's going to be exciting to see what they're capable of doing here.
Yeah. Well, you said after the game on Monday, too, you said I felt like this team kind of needed one of these. What made you say that? What did you guys need out of a game like this where neither team reached 60 points?
Yeah, we just looked like we got caught up in the motion, and we looked tight, and we looked like Eastern could win this game right now because they were playing very well, and we were not. We had a lot of things that were ugly on our side, and we just didn't look totally like ourselves, and we needed to be in that stretch with pressure free throws and pressure situation, knowing that, on a given night, if you aren't sharp, this certainly could happen. So we want to play fearless. We want to play attack-minded. We want to play, obviously, to win every single time we step on the floor, and that was kind of a first test of that in the wrong way, but definitely came through down the stretch.
Yes, got a couple of late buckets and got a couple of late stops, and really those two late stops. I know one there was the offensive putback there on the rebound, but I mean Taylor Sherrick was the main defender on the ball there. You got a true freshman in crunch time playing one-on-one defense right now.
Well, I mean she was. We had to have her on the floor. We were having a hard time putting points on the board. One of the areas we were getting some points on the board was off of our stops and our steals, and she was just kind of clamping it everywhere. I mean, there's not a better description. She's on ball, and she's just snatching it out of air. She's running it down. She just has a tremendous instinct, and she's so agile of anticipating where it's going to go. They had the press break situation, but she still was able to disrupt it. So she was kind of a necessary piece in that situation, and we were struggling with rebounds. And here's a 5'11" guard that had the physicality, the size that they had to finish. Now, she was the one they drove on and got a pretty good look at the rim. But I do think her physicality and her size definitely impacted the finish of that. And fortunately, we were able to get away with that.
And she didn't foul, which...
She did not foul. Yeah, it's good to have these young ones in those kind of situations. We could go through the list of her and Addie Harris and, some of the situations they've been. I know Addie played some really big minutes over at Omaha. It was a really close game. And we were a little bit cold. That's the value of having a great bench. Like our starters, we're on 3 games in 5 days. We shot the lights out against Idaho State here, and we're a little bit cold offensively there. And sometimes I think Matt Logie is the one that told me that it's better to win ugly than to lose pretty. So I'll take that today. So it was ugly, and sometimes you got to find a way to do it on the defensive end.
Okay, the ugly wins still count the same, but you did have some pretty wins here at home. I mean, those were gorgeous.
Those, I think the crowd was pretty amazing too. Great games to have for our home court crowd and our atmospheres. And we got off to great starts, and defense really impacted there. But both sides for us felt very natural, whereas Eastern, it felt off. We weren't converting off a lot of our stops we were getting. And, so there's all kinds of ways. You're probably going to go through the stat sheet. I've never seen a stat sheet like last night's game, and it was just a different kind of game all across the board from a stat situation.
Yeah, I don't know. Pick out one of those stats. Which one really stands out to you? There are a lot.
For
here
me, the coach, it's how many O-boards did we give up?
Yes, you gave up 23 on that one.
Yeah, and we won this game. Okay, but then we had how many steals?
You had 20 steals.
20 steals, and we only got how many transition points off of that many steals?
11 fast break
yeah,
points in this game.
So to me, those things were off. We got so many steals, and we were not very sharp on converting on those opportunities. That would be a great step for us in our journey of we're getting a lot of steals, and that's an area we spend a lot of time on our advantage situations. That we want to be great in those because we are getting so many of them. So I hope to see more of that moving forward. This team is so capable. It was, one of those things that you want to credit Eastern. They're very well coached. They did a great job. And, so it was kind of back and forth with them getting second opportunities and us getting second opportunities of our steals.
Yeah. One of the players that we've seen make another big impact as she kind of comes back here is Ella Johnson. She had 5 steals, 2 blocks in this game. Seemed like her length, her athleticism on the defensive side was really big in the 2 home games as well. How's she settling back into the rotation coming back from injury?
Well, she's doing great. If you look at kind of the rotation right now, you've got this speedy group. You put them all together, and what we're learning now is, okay, we're so fast defensively, but now how do we slow ourselves down with that offensively just to capitalize on what we're doing with that speed? But Ella is somebody that, from the post standpoint, she has a lot of freedom too with her instincts, and she is a total disruptor. I think she's in the top 5 in blocks per game in addition to her steals. And so it's great to have her back because she's a forward that's 6'2", that can guard anywhere on the perimeter in the post. But she also is somebody that anticipates in the backcourt when we are getting those traps.
Yeah, and she's fun, man. She's fun to watch play. This whole team is fun to watch play. But, obviously a tough game against Eastern Washington, but got the win. And you've talked about, you still have room to grow. You even said that last week going into those games. What is your final form? What are the next things you got to iron out? You did kind of mention the speed there, but what are these next things you need to iron out as we turn the final corner in January?
Well, everybody looks at your stat sheet, areas that you're strong in, and we've been very consistent on turning teams over, so we got to make sure that stays consistent for us. But what we haven't done a great job on is finishing plays. So we'd like to take these, for a few days when shots go up. What does that look like for us? Am I somebody on the perimeter? Am I somebody, boxing out somebody in the interior and the post? And that's an area that we have a lot of room. So, which is exciting. That's more possessions for us to get. And then that other area I talked to you was on the offensive end. I think we've had some moments where offensively it's really gone. We've had some other moments where we haven't been as sharp. And, I think part of that is the changes of our lineups. But at the same time, like you said, we can get better in that area. So we've got some time here, and I'm excited to see what they can do.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And you guys will have a nice home-heavy finish with you guys 4 games in a row on the road away from the brick, but that's the way it kind of draws sometimes. Getting ready for Montana coming up on Saturday, the 2 o'clock tip for the women, 7 o'clock for the men. Give us a quick look as we look ahead, presented by Vance Thompson Vision. What are some of the things we got to look out for against this Montana team on Saturday?
Well, I think Natalie addressed the home atmosphere of the Grizz, right? So you've got the 2 best atmospheres in the Big Sky Conference, and it's going to be loud. We're going to have to really lock in and focus on each other. The only thing that matters for those 2 hours are the people on the bench and the people in that huddle, and just being a champion in our roles for each other. So I think the focus next few days as far as over-communicating so we can hear each other, that's a big piece, and the Grizz really can shoot the ball. So we're going to have to do a great job of making sure that they earn what they get, and we try to build off that and get the transition going.
All right, well, we're looking forward to that. And final question I have for you, too. I mean, you did kind of mention at the top here just about how connected everybody is, pulling for each other. Like why? What did you do? How did you get this whole conglomerate of different players from different ages and different backgrounds all together and pulling in the same direction right now?
Well, first of all, I want to credit our staff. Our staff has done an incredible job recruiting kids that match our identity. And, Natalie's a testament. All the kids that we've been talking about, our kids love to play both ends of the floor. So that makes it easy to come in and say our identity starts with our defense. That's where you win championships. But also our core values. One of our core values is we look for kids that are selfless. Talent loses all the time, and you have to be the best team. And that takes a lot of sacrifice to maximize everybody that way. So I think the staff's done a great job looking for those kind of kids, the right culture kids. I think our upperclassmen, all the kids that come into our program, they really work at it. Natalie addressed that they spend a lot of time together. We do a lot of team meetings, chemistry stuff. Sometimes coaches are there. Sometimes those are team driven, and I think those things matter. It's not just about the stuff on the court. It's the time that you work on it outside of that, and we've been very intentional with that.
Yeah, well, and on top of that, too, kind of what we touched on with Coach Logie about having players in the system. How valuable is it to have these upperclassmen who have been in the system since they came out of high school?
Well, it's so valuable. Your experience, you can't coach experience. You've got to live it. You've got to breathe it. And, you can put Taylor out there with those 4 veterans, and she's running great, right? So, like in those end-of-game situations, upperclass, we're going to help those underclassmen get better in those moments. And, the underclassmen also bring their spark and take some of the legs sometimes off of your experience. So I think we have a really good balance of your seniors, your juniors, your sophomores, your freshmen. Those things have to mesh well. But those pieces coming together, I think it's been really fun to watch it work.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun to watch, a lot of fun to follow, and that's why you guys have great crowds there, great crowds here, and we're going to see another great crowd on Saturday, without a doubt, over in Montana. Coach, appreciate the time and the insight today.
Thanks for having me.
All right, that's head coach Tricia Binford. Thanks to Coach Bin. Thank you as well to Natalie Picton and Max Agbonkpolo for joining the show today. Trevor Nominuk has been our producer, and thanks to head coach Matt Logie as well. We will have the podcast and television shows out coming up this week. And then we will be ready to go on Saturday, the 2 o'clock tip-off for the women, and we've got the 7 o'clock tip-off for the men. This is Keaton Gillogly saying so long, and we'll see you again next week. Go Cats. This has been Cat Chat, presented by Learfield.
You've been listening.